looks like he's coming out the more aggressive one. He's throwing out kicks. He's trying to, get a piece of his opponent and not let him establish his rhythm. That's what you need to do when you're the taller, longer opponent.
Lee 3-1 so far to start his career here as a mixed martial artist. Was about to head down to train at a gym in the States when he got the call to come up here.
Not just any training facility, that would be Greg Jackson's. He made the cut because you actually have to apply. And on the way here, or on the way there, he got called for this fight. So he is very much a game fighter and looking forward after hopefully getting a win here to continue that momentum and go to the legendary Jackson's facility.
On the other side, Bruno Cesar has been training now with Chris Gold team, and we'll see the leader of that gym, Chris Catala, in a fight here later tonight, as some nice striking here in the early going from both fighters. They're landing shots, nothing overly damaging right now, just a matter of range finding. Some of those leg kicks will sting, but Bruno Cesar using that as an opportunity to rush in and take Kris Lee to the cage.
Yes, and this is where you can impose that more physicality on his opponent. Obviously, Bruno is the shorter opponent, lower center of gravity, and can really embrace a grind on Kris Lee. The difference that the thing that Kris needs to do is not just watch it. He needs to get lower than he is now, and see, there you go, Bruno and very much just kind of moving in the right direction in regards to where he wants to take the fight, and this is what we said, his bread and butter. He sometimes has lost in this position, but right now he is in the winning position, and it's all him at this moment.
Yeah, Kris Lee using both arms, locking them behind the head of Bruno Cesar to close that distance, take away the ability to posture up and punch and land those elbows from the top. Again, all of the victories in Bruno Cesar's career have come via ground and pound, so you know that that's where he wants to be now, transitioning into side control, and we'll see what he's able to do here. A lot of guys now utilizing that knee from side control, finding the ribs, taking the breath away from their opponent and using that to set up more.
Yes, and Bruno's doing a great job of just maintaining his body mass and just pancaking Kris Lee. I want to see Bruno start to get more. See, there he is with the elbows. I need him to get more of a posture, and here he is going for attack. I love that, and the idea it's always threatening something. And there he easily passes. He doesn't quite necessarily get it, but he throws up the attempt, and it's all him at this point.
Now Kris Lee getting him into more of a guard. Now maybe looking for a triangle choke. Lee throws it up. It's not quite tight enough. Cesar scrambling to get out. Lee trying to tighten that up. He's got to get that ankle under the knee.
It's the armbar now at this point. Bruno gets it out and punishes him for it. This is where he needs to, again, threaten him and say, every time you try something, I'm going to hurt you. It's not going to work, and then it's all me.
And Cesar now posturing up. You'll be looking for punches from the top here. He's got to watch that up kick, which is why he's holding the ankles of Lee and just casually walks around Lee to the side and now lays down in side control.
Yes, nonchalant, very nonchalantly. Just steps right in, and now he has a scarf and knee on belly. He's transitioning. He's doing a very good job at just giving different looks to Kris Lee. Kris needs to not be that flat. In many ways, his hips, there he goes. He's trying to shrimp out, but he stops. He needs to get that left knee inside. I need him to getting some distance. At this point, you can't be content at just not dying, for lack of a better word, it not being starched. You may be able to stop the actual attacks, but there's nothing other than defense and barely getting out of the way from Bruno's attacks.
Well, and as we mentioned earlier tonight, you can't win a fight just purely on defense. There's got to be some offense there, and right now the offense all coming from Bruno Cesar, who again, now in the half guard, Kris has got him back into the half guard, and he's trying to escape that, but it's a very kind of high guard at this moment, and now a choke being put on by Bruno Cesar.
Yes, exactly that. It's much of the same. Look at where he is. He's smothering his head. Think of where the center of gravity is. That's all pressure on Kris Lee, and Bruno has an easy win in this round, I think, and almost a finish if there was a couple more minutes, one might think.
He's posturing up in the last 10 seconds, looks up at the referee.
And obviously we saw the physicality of Bruno, just basically putting a grind, not taking anything away from the technical aspect of what he was doing, but the difference is gonna see, he has big muscles. How is that gonna, basically all that blood that need to actually get the oxygen to that blood, and will it slow down his eventual pace? But if Kris Lee is allowing him to take the hips out, as you can see, he has the lower center of gravity like I've emphasized before, and basically go for the legs, try and get, reverse golf swing, or, pull him against the cage and take him down just like he did there. He can dump him on the ground and posture up soon. He's battering now Kris Lee, but he needs more posture. Once he gets that Kimura attempt, I believe, there you go, out, he lands into mount, and it's all Bruno once again.
Yeah, Bruno was very effective from the mount at the end of round one. Now looking for the submission. Lee throwing up his thumb as if to tell the official he's okay, but there is the tap. This fight is over. Bruno Cesar, your winner, with a choke submission over Kris Lee.